Hey mathematicians, and get ready, as this week we get to show what we know as we review the topics we have learned in preparation for our STAR exam. Let's get into it with our I will statements for today.
Remember, your I will statements are your goals for this lesson. They are what we are trying to work on and learn more about throughout our time together today. As we continue on in our lesson, make sure you have your mind focused on these three things and showing them to your teacher. I will read the I will statement first, and then we will read it again a second time together. Make sure you're reading it nice and loudly so I can hear you, but no shouting necessary.
Pause the video and read the I will statements now as a class. Now let's prepare for today and for the week. For this week, as we review, we'll be going through different standards and going through different I will statements, reviewing all the different things we have learned so far this year. After going through these different materials and reviewing some of our knowledge, we will spend some time hopefully playing some review games to show what we know and reviewed throughout the weeks. In preparation for today, you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil as we get ready to set up our pieces of paper for specifically how we will review. On your pieces of paper, you're going to fold it into fourths. So fold it in half by pinching it at the top and folding it all the way down to the bottom. We're going to make that nice crease across the middle. I'm going to open it again. Then I'm going to fold it in half the other way, so hot dog style, and make that crease. Once I have all my creases, I can go ahead and add my lines. So I can see that there are 4 different boxes on this page on one side, and then on the other side too. There are 4 more boxes. Go ahead and pause the video to create your note-taking pieces of paper so they look like mine, and then come back so I can tell you what we're going to do with these papers and how we'll set them up. As we reviewed different topics this week, we are going to use these pieces of paper to collect different information, and then at the end of the week, you'll get these papers back from your teacher so you can take them home to review for your STAR exam. At the top of our pieces of paper is where we'll write the day-to-day topic that we are going to talk about. Now, you saw some different things in your I will statements that reviewed some things we'll talk about in today's specific lesson. We are going to look at multi-digit numbers. So we'll write multi-digit numbers. And then I'm going to put a little dash. With multi-digit numbers, we're going to specifically look at place value. And then I'll put a little comma, comparing. We're going to be looking at place value and comparing multi-digit numbers. So we'll add these onto our paper so that we know that all the questions that are on this paper review these specific topics. And if we struggle in today's lesson, we know that this is a topic we should go back and review either with our teacher or when we have time at home. Now, you see that your paper is split up into 4 different boxes. Each of these different boxes throughout our daily lessons are going to be used to collect certain information on different problems. In our first box, we are going to be completing a problem as a class. So as class, I'm going to write in that box and I'm going to circle it. In this first box, whatever problem we complete as a class, I will be showing my work in this problem. There may be sometimes that your teacher asks you to write specific information down, but don't write the whole question as it might take up your box. What you want to focus on is showing your work and the important information that you pulled out of the question. In our second box, this is when our teacher is going to release us, and we'll have some independent or partner time. During this time, we'll get a new problem, and we'll either work by ourselves or with one other partner completing the problem, and again, showing our work on this specific part of the paper. After we have time to complete a problem with our partner, that's when we'll group up and we will get to see some different strategies or some different ways that other people in our class solve the same problem. In our third box, we're going to write my group. As we meet up with those different classmates and we learn about the different strategies that they use to solve, they're going to walk us through like they're the teacher. When they're walking us through, we'll take specific notes just like they did so we can model different ways to get to the same solution. And our last box on the front of our paper is going to be for our exit ticket. At the end of the class, your teacher will project one more problem, and this problem is up to you to show what you know. You'll pick the best answer and explain how you got your answer, showing your work in this final box. Now, if you remember, we also drew some different boxes on the back of our paper. This can be to show additional work or additional problems if your teacher challenges you to show your work on different examples that are not the ones we do as a class. Today, you will be going through and looking at those multi-digit numbers and specifically with place value and comparing them. Your first problem, your teacher will talk about. You'll record your notes here. Now, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Good luck, mathematicians, and I'll see you guys tomorrow where we get to do a problem together. Bye.